This video is sponsored by Tradecraft. Create your tags, tag your trades, store your recordings, create screenshots, and look at your statistics. You have the ability to create statistics using several widgets. You're able to place them wherever you please, having a place where you can store all your playbook trades, and you can quickly flip through them, studying all your trades. Tradecraft is more than a journal. It is a tagging software that allows you to create the statistics you need, where you have the ability to filter your trades out on an extremely deep level, allowing you to figure out exactly where your edge might be. For more information, check out the link in the description of this video or visit tradecraft.club.
Alrighty, mic check 1, 2. The camera quality is going to be a little bit shitty. Just because I want to do a trade series where is this fucking thing even public? Yes, it is. I want to do a trade series where I trade a combine on these Wednesdays. Currently, I'm waiting for my ID to come in, because apparently you need to take a picture next to your ID, at least for the combine I'm trying to get into. And then I had to redo my camera situation. That way, we can have the DOM. So for now, what I'm going to do is go ahead and narrate, and then we're going to just kind of fuck around. Let me put this on one lot. And just narrate the close. That's what we're going to do. So today was actually pretty fucking difficult. We already traded today. So I'm going to just mess around. Again, for those of you joining, I want to do a combine on Wednesdays with you guys, but I'm waiting on an ID, my driver's license with my new address to come in. This was today. And then once that comes in, we'll start kind of doing this for real. So until then, let's fucking narrate. One thing I noticed is I'm coaching Miller, who's one of my traders. And good afternoon. What I noticed between him and Chronic is their ability to narrate is like not that good. So I figured maybe we can narrate together. One thing that's going to be a little new this time around is we still have the deltas as usual, the number bars with the size. This is also delta being displayed as volume bars. This is a great way to track. Uh-oh. What the fuck just happened? Did my fucking little camera or whatever the fuck crash? Give me a second here. All right. Well, I guess we had a little bit of an issue here. I don't know why it's showing. Oh, you know what it is? It's doing like a picture-in-picture or something. I'm trying to use this fucking webcam, and it's such a piece of shit. Let's see if it did picture-in-picture. Fucking. I don't know how to fix this at all. I know that it's connected to a specific hotkey. Well, what did I do? Yeah, it did like a picture-in-picture, but I'm using cycle through scenes, switch scene, start stop recording. Ah, Jesus Christ. Well, I guess we're gonna have a little bit of a problem. Let me quickly look at this. If not, I'm gonna turn the. Oh, there it is. There we go. Is it connected to one of these hotkeys on my mouse? Hope not. Shouldn't be. All right, we're good to go. Yeah, this is going to be my first time using this frickin' deal here. Oh, let me actually take this off chroma key. Give me a second. I thought I got everything together before we started this, but I guess this allows people to kind of get in. All right, cool. Let's make sure the hotkeys are all the same. I had to change all that up. All right. So I am using a fucking webcam, which sucks as far as quality goes. All right, guys. Should be good to go. BTC, I don't trade BTC or look at it. So it's just ES. That's it. That's all I've ever done. That's my... Well, I've fucked with crude and NQ and bonds, but that's it. I apologize if you're looking for Bitcoin. So one thing that's going to be new is these delta bars here, like I said. Just kind of looking at... Are you fucking kidding me? Well, I guess we're going to just be blessed with... There is a hotkey that is... I see. Let's see. Switch scene, Alt 2. I don't want you to switch any fucking scenes. Oh, that's... Let me change this. Click to edit. Make that like 9 or some shit. Or just get rid of it. Can we do that? Alt 9. And then we'll make you Alt 8. So we don't have any more problems here. Alright. Hey man, big fan of the channel. Keep up the good work. Thank you. Let's make sure that my damn hotkeys are working. Okay, good. All right, let's do some narration. Finally, I got everything set up. Okay, so let's look for contracts that are coming in that are above 500. So there was a bunch of selling here. They got their asses chewed up. So I'm going to build a narrative because I think a lot of traders struggle with actually putting together a narrative. Today's actually really fucking tricky to trade. We've already traded it. This buy side, they've kind of blasted through that section. Super slip heavy. You can see there's a lot of overlap going on. Have we gone lower? Yeah, we've gone a lot lower. Let's pull up this 3-minute. Went into this area that was actually holding. Let's see what else is on this 3-minute. Again, for those of you joining, I do want to trade a combine on Wednesdays with you guys. And just kind of narrate the shit. But I'm waiting on an ID to get here. So that way, because I guess I moved. I have not updated my driver's license, so in order to open an account, a combine, apparently you need that shit. So this would be the next area, which they actually went through. I'm going to put this reference line on just to kind of see what's further back. Is there anything in this location that has a shitload of contracts? There. The next area would be about here with 1,300 that has traded in this spot. So we're not quite there. Maybe we will go in that. Maybe we won't. Put that 3-minute on my other monitor. Yeah. Well, apparently you need your fucking identification to open a fucking combine. At least the people I was going through, so. Kind of was lazy about that shit. Now I'm gonna wait like 10 fucking days or some shit. Anyways. I'm like, alright, let's get everything ready. Got the cameras, everything fucking change it up for this episode, and then get that put together. So they're kind of just fucking banging around in this little area, which is kind of 3-second chart. And I want to build a narrative, so I'm not quite certain what they're doing. Other than they're pretty sideways, it's slipping pretty hard. They may stay here for the rest of the session, but I fucking hate speculating shit like that. There's nothing to lean on, per se. Maybe there is. Let's actually do F6, and we'll switch the delta to this. See if there's any diverging or any of that shit. Okay, well, when I did that, it broke everything. What the fuck? 2. Oh, that's why. I hid this. Number of bars, cumulative delta. Oh, I need this. I need that hidden. There we go. See if there's any sort of reloading somewhere. Not really. Somewhat flat up there with a little bit of sell side. Traded with Miller today. I haven't talked about Miller, but he's a trader in a backup position because Chronic blew his tryout account. He decided he would trade 2 minis, and then he fucking blew it the fuck out. So I told him he's going to have to wait a quarter, and then I have another trader in a backup position. But he was not getting clarity all fucking day. It took all day before he got clarity, and he finally got clarity and made some good trades. Today's been a real cunt. What's so difficult about it is it's like, if you're wrong, the trade's going to go against you 10 fucking 15 points in certain areas. You're wrong bad. But getting into these and being right is really difficult. At least from a scalping perspective. Maybe some of you guys are having some good luck. I started a combine yesterday, did well. If you got chopped up today, dude, you wanna make sure that you're just gaining clarity. Like really, and that's what I noticed with like Miller today. He was not, he wanted to trade, but we didn't really have a good check on how the market was behaving. More of this shit. Oops. So you're getting more buying overall as the price is going down. They are spoofing it a lot where it's running on really low contract size. So we kind of know what's happening in this location from this perspective. So I'm going to retoggle this. Don't really care to have both on. Just trying to gain some clarity. They're pushing through that. Oh, this mic? Oh, appreciate it. I should try to, it's going in, it's actually the XLR version. It's going into a solid state logic SSL2 Mark II interface. So this is an XLR version of it. It's not bad. I like it because I can mute by doing that. Still getting some massive sell side. They're pushing. See, I don't have complete clarity as we hunt. Hey, Fat Cat. Love your content. I have a question. I hope you haven't answered it before. Since CS is in a derivative SPY, do you watch SPY order flow or the order flow of the underlying stocks? No, I have done stocks. Stocks are can be useful. There's times where they sync, but then there's times where they are not syncing up very well with ES. So you just have to identify it. I have some older videos on correlated shit like that. Like, I used a lot of Russell correlations, but man, at some point it's so much to track. I started using correlations when the volatility was really bad, like 2 years ago. But the problem is, it's like there's a point where it's just too much shit to track, dude. I think it's great. But I mean, fuck. To track all that crap, it becomes a real big job, and it's almost like you need sellers are coming in here. It's almost like you need something to help you do that, and I don't have the ability to really write that shit up, and nor do I really know exactly what I would need. See, they're going through that. They went through the sell side twice, which they have been. They've been going through a lot of shit twice. We're going to try to hunt something here. But yeah, feel free to ask questions. Usually I'm going to run some background sounds. My tick strike is off. I have a, not tick strike, price squawk. So I'm going to listen to like a thunder sound in distance in the background. It's usually what I listen to when I do breath work to stay calm and shit. So they're pushing up through here. See, the problem is you can get trapped really bad. See, all this is rotating to the tick. Like, if you're shorting it or something, you're going to get blown out, and you're not even going to get a break even in certain areas like this. It's super trappy, like on the smaller sort of time frame. Like, if you're wrong, it just will drift away from you forever. So I'm looking for this to spike up into like about 400 lots or so. Because they've been taking those back all day. Now, one thing that has been helping to get into certain trades, if you look at the DOM, like typically I want the slack of this to get taken out. They've been kind of like trying to get a slip entry. Maybe I'll show it to you guys when it happens, because trying to explain it's going to be a motherfucker. There's a few techniques that have been working today. Notice how there's a lot of buying here. 4 green bars of buying, 2, 4. They actually just drove through that section. That was interesting. This actually got rather large. It got close to 400, but then they sold it just as quickly as they bought it. And sometimes it can take like 30 minutes, an hour to like just get clear on this shit. Hopefully though, like seeing somebody be patient can help. So they're blowing that out. Let's kind of zoom in a bit right here. I want to see. This was a weird pocket of order flow that came in. They are diverging it yet again here. Now they're pushing on it. See how it's stuck one tick? It's volatile, but the volume kind of sucks, and it's moving on like not much contracts in a lot of areas. Like these wider bars are it moving on less than 15 contracts as far as the delta goes. Because there's a lot of orders that are coming in and canceling. See right there, it's 20 by... It's about 23 contracts. Now it's going down less. So there's not much that really traded there when it washes itself out. Because you see it bounces up and down on one tick like this a lot. See, and it's like 4 by 1, but a shitload come in the middle. And that a lot of that cancels itself out. Like if you do the math and subtract the 94 from the 69, it's, what is it off by? Maybe 30-ish contracts or so. Just like a lot of rug pull sort of price action. They kind of visited that. This is kind of messed up right here for some reason. Just looking for where any high contract size comes in. Just staying on top of everything the best I can. Little bit of sell side divergence right here. Just a little bit. Redefending the same area. This is not... Today is technical difficulty day because I cannot adjust this. For some reason I can't. Adjust this right here. Like I can with this. It's all right. Keep watching it. Nothing piquing my interest. You can see right here, it kind of like there's a little bit of a reclaim right here. Well, actually, I need to be on top of my reclaims, so let's fucking stay on top of those. Because they do cycle through them at some point or another. A little bit right here, actually. Pushing through that section again. Huge amount of buying, so we do want to watch that. Could be a short here. The problem is if I'm going to get into it, I want to get in like further back at this 31.75. Actually, that's no longer valid. Is that Sierra? Yeah, it's Sierra. Meanwhile, there are people crushing it using ICT concepts and prop industry. Thoughts? Yeah, I think a lot of people love to talk about ICT, whether it's good or bad. I mean, it's kind of free. Out of all the people, like, I know a lot of people hate ICT. But man, you guys sure do like to fucking talk about ICT, and that kind of, you bring attention to it. You know, I don't really know. I don't trade those concepts or any of that shit. I think his FVG's like my reclaim, but I just kind of live in my own world. You know what I mean? I don't really get into other people's fucking businesses or whatever. I just do my own thing. So they went through that reclaim. Another sell side again. But these are not fucking reliable at all. I really don't know, man. I can't speak on behalf of other people's strategies. Until it's been like thoroughly tested, the trades have been tracked in Tradecraft or gathered some form of data on it. All we can do is speculate, right? All we can do is guess. They keep pushing through these sell sides. Do you use 2PO chart? No. So basically cut the DOM or even the delta. I mean, everything delta strength stuff anyways. So let me explain why it is what it is. The problem is, like, the wash trading on the DOM is so bad. It's really hard to read order flow on a DOM. To get into a perfect entry. Like, do you see how it's like it bounces up and down on the same tick a lot? See, and it's like 79 by 75. Well, at that point in time, really not much. A lot of that volume is kind of wash trading. Like, in my term of wash, like, it's volume that doesn't matter. It's just trading against itself. So it's building like artificial volume in one spot. Like, see, it's 49 by 48. The difference here would be like 2 contracts. Not anymore. It's obviously changing. But every time you watch the DOM, they'll bounce up and down on almost the same tick. And if you look at something small like a 3-second chart, they rotate specific prices exactly all the fucking time, causing like hardcore trapping. Like here, it rotates exactly in some of the same spots. It has this weird square look to it. And what's happening is it's going up and down, like you're seeing on the DOM. And it's really hard to get a tick because nothing will fill here at the 30.25. Nothing will fill at the 29.75. Look, it's still a one lot, but you're going to keep having volume come in and obviously it's moving, but you're going to keep having volume come in and out on the same exact tick as it bounces. Like, you don't have true two-way volume like you used to. There used to be two-way volume where the buys and the sells would flow in at almost exactly the same time. That's not fucking happening. Look. Sell. Buy, sell, but it's at the same fucking price. You're not getting anything up here. And then when they buy here, it's not selling there. And it's a real trappy price action. The delta removes that wash trading. So it removes that fucking volume that doesn't matter, that's just trading against itself. And with the delta like this, you can see kind of where there's some reloading, which helps give you context. Like, when it comes to building a narrative, the better the story, the better the narrative. I honestly think you could probably use anything. The more multiple factors of support, the better the trades. Like, if I think if we go into my tags here, this is multiple factors to support tag. We'll remove the bad trades. This is all my trades that don't have multiple factors to support. This is all the trades that do. So from there's 74 sample rate since I've been using that tag, but I've used it in the past. So I think anything can be good as long as you're using multiple, just getting multiple factors to support, just building some narrative with all the different tools or whatever. So I like this because it does show where there's reloading, right? If the volume's going up, the buying's going down, they're reloading. But do you see these number bars? This is also delta. And these white bars, if you look at that, it's all like a derivative of, where the fuck are the number bars? It's all a derivative of volume in some way. So the white ones are 15 and below contracts, 45 and between 15 and 45 when it starts to glow a little bit more, and then 95 up on the darker colors. And there's the colors. And then we also have this as well, which this has actually been interesting to use because this is also delta. Because it's asked by difference. So it's all kind of order flow. I think all order flow has its own cons. Yeah, this is cumulative delta, but this is on price on close. It's line on close. Because I was having a trader who was having a hard time finding divergences, so we did it this method. Because I just care about where the fuck we're closing. There's a reclaim up here. And I'm kind of talking, so I'm not really able to build narrative when I talk a lot. Again, they're doing it. But we know they keep pushing the sellers. At least they were doing it in that fucking section. 200 lot buy here. Over 200 came in on the delta, so I'm kind of watching 200. So I mark out where these darker bars are. See right there, those are the heavier ones that are above 50 lots. They closed out that. So my guess is they're going to probe at that again and trade through it. That's what they've been kind of doing. They went through the sell side up here. I could look for a short, but I don't know if I'm going to actually get it. I want to be very defensive. I don't want to get in on the spread. See, it's too late now. See how they went through there? So when it's been trading over 200 lots today, they've been going through it. And they kind of blew out the sellers there. They've been reliably going through these. Now there was one point where they pivoted it in the morning and then they continued to go up and break the highs. I'm good at building narrative from 5 minute, 1 minute. Maybe it makes sense to me, and I think that kind of works, but I always wonder if 3 second get it done earlier. Well, I mean, watch maybe. It's a 3 and a 30 second here. I do appreciate noise. So I wanted the short there. I pulse checked it. So I'm like, oh, I want to get short here. So I was right about that. So it's important for me to kind of take mental trades before every fucking session and make sure I get 2 or 3 as a scalper and make sure that I'm getting a good read. And if I do get a good read on it, how many ticks can I get out of it on average? Some days you can get 8, no problem. Some days 4, some days it's 2. So far we were right. We couldn't get into it. I'm not going to fucking chase it. But when we trade the combine, because I want to trade a combine with you guys every Wednesday, for those of you who aren't aware, just to kind of have our own little Wednesday account. Now, what's interesting is on this delta here, they always seem to retrace and reclaim. A lot of these like big hard moves like this tend to get retraced. Now it's not perfect. There's nuance, but there's a bunch of shit I've done where, like, if you run a power meter on Jigsaw, let me see if there is one right here. I don't know if that's displaying total contracts. Could be bid offer. I think it's total contracts, actually. It always almost balances. So a lot of the times your market orders seem to always balance, which is an interesting phenomenon. Even if you look at 11 lots or any of that other shit. And it tends to do that on here. They tend to retrace. A lot of overlap. Kind of zoom out a little bit. Big ass fucking range. Now, I don't find this profile to be very useful, to be fair. We got a little bit of reclaim there. There's some good reclaim here as well. Which it's had some resistance. Huge amount of buying coming in, over 200 lots. I do want to keep track of that. Now the question is, are they going to go off of that? See, they could trade right back in through there. If I was to short it, it would be right. Ugh. I would want to do it about 33.75s here. There it goes. So we're right about the idea, but like today, man, if you're wrong, they'll blow you the fuck out. So I'm very skittish with the way I've been trading today, just because the market has this skittish feel to it. A little bit of buy side right here. About 100 lots right there. They see, anytime they are going over like 200, they tend to retrace it. That buy side held, but those are hit or miss. Sometimes they're reliable, sometimes they suck. If I can get multiple factors of support to get into it, I will. But they're kind of like channeling up. So for me, I don't want to take that break. Let's see what else is back here. Let's see if there's anything I've missed. Yeah, really a lot of this section here. See how it kind of went straight down. We do have this big honker of a range. And they have been mean reverting a lot today. There could be a go. But for me, it's not like I don't want to just get into something without something else going for it. There's a break of it. There's the break. So these are not been reliable. What's up, dude? I'm doing good. Just fucking narrating. I want to trade a combine, but I'm waiting for an ID to come in the mail with my updated address because I tried to open a combine and they wanted that. Like a picture, me with holding it. So I'm like, fuck. I probably need to get one anyways. Like, if I get pulled over, some shit in my address ain't updated. They're gonna fucking... Thoughts on trades taken on high volume nodes, low volume? They tend to get chopped. There's nuance. I think it's good context, though. You're long to the close? Time to get wrecked. Here we go. Here's something interesting. Over 12... What time is it? 12:30. So we had a fuckload of contracts just come in right here. Like a shitload. So I want to know if they're going to drive back into this. All my dark bars. I can't like expand or contract this for some reason. It broke. What matters most? Narrative. I don't know. The trade's so discretionary. So if you listen carefully, I'm telling you. So over 1,200 has come here. These have been getting flushed. We are at the top of the range, but this is abnormally large. So this is a juicy piece of information. So they might flush it. I could potentially short it. Also, it depends on the day. Like, I have all these little things, divergences, channels, reclaims. How are they behaving for the session? Are they reliable during the session? Are they not reliable during the session? And then if there's certain days where certain things work well and there's days where it doesn't. And it's my job to figure that out. I mean, every goddamn day is different. And then how's the DOM reacting? Like, it's... Okay, see how they did come off of that. I am interested in a long. Oh, I don't want to actually get in there. The thing is, I want to get in. I want to see some form of pullback. I want to see a few red bars come in. So unfortunately, that did not happen. And I'm super skittish today. Like, I'm okay with, like, taking one trade every hour. So I don't really give a shit. I've already taken my trades. But, like, this morning. So this is also interesting here. Over 200, 300 right in this section. And they've retraced it. So they've retraced this high volume spike. So that's telling me they may actually retrace the one below us as well. So I will be interested in potentially shorting. But the problem is I need to get some form of a pullback on this. Go for the... I'm going to actually go about 35.50s. There it is. And it's working immediately for me. For now. I don't like how it's doing that, though. See, that's a bit problematic. Well, I'm going to take it. I should have took the tick off of it because of how hesitant it was. And then, like, just like that, if you fucking hesitate, you're fucking wrong. I might be able to get the -3 or whatever. Nope. Then it just gets worse. See, today is just like really difficult. So they actually, that's interesting. They're running this reclaim. A lot of volume came in here. Another 300 just came in. I didn't catch that. See, it worked immediately. I thought maybe I could get a little more, but since it started backing up on me, this son of a bitch could just keep going up forever. When to know if it's a flush or rejection? I don't fucking know, dude. I don't know until it works. I'm probing at it. So they went through the reclaim there. Nice long, dude. So this is interesting because every time they're doing this, it's continuing. However, there have been a few places where they have flushed it back. They might flush it back a few ticks here. Problem is I can't get into the fucking things. There that goes. So, have I seen K-pop Demon Hunters? I sure have. My girlfriend's kid watches that bullshit. How's stuff going for you in terms of figuring it out? Every day is different, dude. Some days are just fucking harder. Some days are easier. You like the recent video? Nice. So they just retraced that. See, they went through that fucking reclaim. See if it's a measured move. Let's see if it's a measured move out. 33. No, not quite. I just pulled back on that section. I do like a long as well. Thing is, I'm so skittish about executing. Bit of sell side divergence. Just gonna let it go. I'm not gonna rush in. I'm not gonna try to fix any problems. 33. $200 traded right there. Right in that section. No, I've not seen Sopranos. This thing is not letting me adjust. I don't know why it's so like it's like stuck or some shit. Like there's a fucking glitch in the fucking matrix. Probably have to reset. It's another 200 right there. Sellers getting their asses handed to them. I'm gonna let this go. I'm not gonna touch it. It's already too fucking late. Didn't quite get the pullback I wanted. It would have been down here, if anything, but see, good thing I cut that motherfucker too, because see how it just keeps going? Let's see if this fixes it. There we go. They're counting the range. They're counting the range to collapse lower. I think this 1200 was very bizarre. 1400 or whatever the fuck came in right here. There could be continuation. I want a pullback though. I want a heavy fucking pullback, and I'll wait for it. If I don't get it, I don't care. The measured move would be right there. It's only a few ticks away, and I'm not going to scalp into that. Like, I'm not super good at... When it starts trending and ripping, I'm not really good at trading that shit. There they go. They completed it. Could be one of those weird parabolic things, you know? You never know. Because today it's been sort of doing that shit. Now I'm curious if they're going to overshoot or rotate. If they overshoot, it may have some continuation on it. So that's about a measured move. Sell side again. still getting that big ass fucking buying coming in. Which occasionally they retrace them. Damn, Sophos, you fucking crushed it. How'd you do that? Oh, somebody asked me about value areas. I think you can use anything you want, to be fair, as long as you have enough context. Like, multiple factors of support. There's an overshoot. I like that. No, I'm going to cancel that. I want to stay kind of like a few ticks. Yeah, good thing I cancel that motherfucker. Like, I want to stay off the back end of it, so they just blew through that shit. Coming up back through there. It's 245. They immediately retrace that sell too. There's the overshoot. When they're front running Mockbot comes in a few fucking 4 minutes. I don't really care about positive or negative mock, to be fair. I think the markets are just pure predatory at times. It's like, see how bad it gets stuck? Like, for me, scalping, it's really difficult to fucking, like, I don't get instant momentum a lot of the times. Like, most of the time, it's, like, super stuck. Super stuck. I know it's going up for those of you that are holding it or whatever, but for me, like, I need it to work right away, and most of the time, it's not. It's like this volatility, but it's not. It's got to overshoot. I think it can potentially keep going or what have you, but I'm not going to do anything stupid without a fucking read. And I don't have shit. Because by the time I buy the trend, it's going to fucking collapse anyways. Oh, that's gone. So they just overshot the measured move. I figured it could keep going, but man, was it ever fucking like kind of weird to get into something like that. I'm not going to gamble. Like, I want a sure layup. Because I did get fucking whacked on the ass on that up move. Not sure how bad. Right here, 46.50s. I want to watch that. Going right into that last minute. Might get fucking creamed. It just rotated off of it. Little break even right there. They didn't push through that. Sell side divergence. Good exit. I need the fucking thing to work right away, like as in this environment. And I hesitate on that first trade there. I kind of, where I took a loss, I did hesitate. I should have cut it. Just like for me, if it's not working, I get fucked up. Every fucking time. Son of a bitch is moonshotting. Huge sell side. How far are they going to push it through there? I believe we could maybe rotate here. They kind of already went through it a little bit. $46.75s. Wasn't kind of interested in the long. I'm very skittish. I have the pulse check. Obviously, the son of a bitch is just ripping. But also today it has done a lot of fucking mean reverting. It's on this like weird little point of control here. You got about 200 there, which do a little breathing. Got that FOMO creep. Just defensive trading. Just like kind of probe at it. If it works, it works. If it doesn't, I'm the fuck out. Just probing for momentum. See how like it's like in these really tight ranges, and for me that's not good. When it's like this tight, when it's like these little 2-3 tick things that go on for like 12 seconds at a time, it's really difficult to trade that. Big sell side right there. Is there actually something up here? $400 buy. Right there. In this section. What strategy am I trading? My own style. Scalping. Need to be careful here. I'm not good at these pure up moves either. Let them keep pushing. Just absolutely not good at it. Oh, they just blasted that. I would have loved to be in that, but it would have been on me again for a break even. You got some sell side. They wiped that out. This is not my forte. Now they're bringing it into this area, which is an interesting area. If that level's still true, I will potentially go into it. We have 4 minutes. Okay. Let them back it up. It's incredibly loose right here. Nice and tight, instantly going against me. Gonna fucking, Jesus. Gonna pull it for -4. Down 2 trades and then a little too aggressive on that. See, it got nice and tight in this section right here, but then they fucking blew me out. I'm not willing to fucking hang out. I am interested in that red fucking thing up there. If they can get it. See how where I got short, they're trapping. It's just staying above where my entry was. See if they push into it. A little bit. See, I want to see that get hit. You got a bunch of fucking selling here, which is interesting. Need context. Do you like it? It's kind of tight here. It's okay. I might get fucking blasted again. There's the entry. Let's see if it fucking works. Heavy stall. 2 minutes. See? See how it's not fucking working out for me right away? It's not good. There's 4. They could push for 5. I'll try 5. That'll bankroll some of the problem. There it is. Whew. So we lost 4 ticks. We got about 5. Let's see what we did. Let me take a look. Scalp drills. What was it? Correct? Yeah, scalp drills. So 58.62 on that, 53 loss, 383, and then 66.38. So 65 on a one lot. Minus 65 on a one lot. So I guess that one loss was 66. Five ticks. So the first loss was 5 ticks. There they go, pushing through that. It's 3 o'clock on the dot. So we did get a bankroll. For me, I ain't gonna push it beyond. Super sketchy, tricky fucking session. Another big ass. What was nice is that trade started working right away. The last one. Super colossal fucking push in there. It's obviously we're closed. Let's do let's pull up our 3-minute. Chart. I mean, that fucker just ripped, man. Congratulations to everybody that bought that. But here's the deal. That ain't my fucking style. That's not what I do. And when it's really choppy and ranges and shit, it's just not my thing. Especially in this type of environment, scalp. A lot of the fucking stuff I look at is really unreliable today. Super slippery. But I had some good probes. So a lot of it is just trying to probe at it and get that trade to work right away. I need it to work right the fuck away. At least today. So I guess that goes to, like, what is the system? How do you do it? And, if we still had more time, I'd sit here and try to scrounge out another trader. So they might push through this section up here. Actually, yeah, they might push all the way through that. See how they're kind of sitting right here? It's closed, but I'm not going to take it, but I'm going to pulse check a short at 59s. So see, that would have gone against me about a tick. Then I would start clearing this, looking for order flow, and I want to see order flow hitting there. And then some blue came in right there, so the offer that came in right there immediately got swept. So when it's called snapshotting. If I was to see that, I would have went for the break even on it. See, the problem with this environment is if you're wrong, you're wrong bad. Like the price will just keep going and going and fucking going. Like, imagine if I was still holding that short the fuck down here. Wherever it was, somewhere in this location. You know, 5, 10, 15, 20 points against me. Waiting for a pullback that never comes. The problem with this environment is it does not, at least today and yesterday, it just does not give you a pullback to get the fuck out if you're wrong. There are times where it just will not give it to you. Because this thing has multiple times today, and it's all about the flavor of the day. Multiple times today, it has just like put in these really hard moves where it just goes. Like just these one way. The moment you're wrong, you're like if you were short here, boom, you would get blasted. Right? If you were short in this location and then it blows out even more all the way before it comes all the way back in. If I just scalp out, and this is for today, this is just for today. If I scalp out, then I could start to try to find other opportunities to fix my little loss instead of holding it. This is in an interesting spot. Let's see. What time do I start trading? Usually in the morning. I already had my morning session. Here, which I did have problems on this trade. I got blasted for 2,500. Immediately. I cut it as fast as I could because it went straight down. Saw a decent setup and managed to get into it. And then I bankrolled. This could have kept going, but I wanted to bankroll out of it. But like a 1-tick win or break even, we got blasted here. 4-tick win, 5-tick win. So I'll trade, it depends, but I've been getting on in the morning a lot. See, I'm not sure if that's true or not. Could push through one of those. I'll sit here. Yeah, this is sim. Like these little one-lot trades were sim for this session. I want to be trading a combine with you guys, but I'm waiting for my fucking ID to come in. So that way I can open it. But I trade in the morning. I'm done. I don't want to review more trades because I have 5 trades today. It's going to take me about 40 fucking minutes to review them. So I don't want to sit here and trade more in the afternoon and then spend even more time reviewing and shit. Like if I take 10, sometimes like if I take 17 trades, that's a 3-hour review. So yeah, that was definitely sim. So we're going to be trading on a fucking combine on these Wednesday streams. And I'm only going to trade it on Wednesdays and then attempt to pass one and then get funded on it or whatever. And just exuberate iron patience and shit like that. But until my ID comes in, because I want to set it up on what was it, Sunday night? I'm like, oh, I need to get this shit ready for Wednesday. And then I signed up and all that shit, and they're like, oh, you need your fucking ID. So I'm like, shit. So I ordered a new ID. When that gets in here, Wednesdays, I'm going to start doing a combine with you guys. Trading one lots. And then attempt to pass it. So, yeah. Oh. It just gets so squirrely at the end of the day, it's hard to scalp. I think it depends on the day. The last 2 days have been very weird. There's like a flavor to it. Every day has a flavor. I guess that goes like if we look at this 3 second, I know looks like it went straight up, right? I know it does, but if you really look at it, notice how it's getting in like stuck in this 2-3 tick range, and it's 3 seconds, right? 3, 9, what is that? How many are here? 1, 2, 3, 4. 15 times 3. What is that? 45 seconds. So it literally was not moving for almost a minute here. 45 seconds in that. This is probably close to 30 seconds of non-movement. My better trades tend, like a lot of my trades tend to be under sub 1 minute, I think. Let's take a look. Let me see if I have. I don't know if it gives me average time. Well, we might need to build that in. If we go, yesterday is a little bit of an exception. Wait, did I not upload you? Oh, that's fucking bugged. 15 second, 19 second, 19, a few 2 minutes, 38, 28 seconds, 16 seconds. If we go to last week, 18 second, 12, 39, 39, 9, 26 seconds. Now this was a bloodbath. You can see that if I'm pushing over a minute, 5 minutes, I start to have problems. 13 second, 40 second, a minute, 13 minutes, 22, 37, 40 second. The session doesn't seem all that great either. 17 fucking minutes. There's a time where I'll push it. 35 minutes. This session looks like I traded like a fucking asshole. Which happens. 35, 34, 21, 30. A minute 53 there. A minute 52, a minute 21, a minute 8, 29, 46, a minute 7, a minute 10, 2 minute 20. You can see that, you can kind of see my average time in a minute 2, 26 second, 33 seconds. See, that's a point, right? But when we look at the same exact session today, I'm not getting a fucking point. I'm not getting shit. It just like goes flat. 41, 38, 3 minutes, a minute 57, 14 seconds. I can get a point easy. 2 minutes went wrong right off the rip. A minute 7. Just depends on the day. 11 seconds for $2,100. 9 second, 18 second. 40 up here, which was a loss. It was a good loss. Some of them get pushed out a little bit more, but if you look at this, it's like, dude, a lot of, like, look how it's just, these are all 3 seconds. So, right? So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. 12 times 3. That's 36 seconds and it ain't moving for shit. And you can see all these little flat spots right here. This is going on for like close to a minute. Close to a minute. Look, and it's like right here, this has got to be at least 30-something seconds. And it ain't moving but a fucking, like the spread. This is this type of, but if you zoom out, it looks all fine and dandy because it went straight up, right? But for the way I trade, when it's just sitting, it's like this, it's not volatile by any means, but it's volatile. Like, I know this flavor. It's like a type of session. There might be rules on it somewhere. But it's just when it's doing that, it's just so difficult. It is so fucking difficult. I have to be super right. And then what also doesn't help is divergences are not reliable. Pushing the reclaims or slip entries is not reliable. What has been reliable are those green-red zones, but then it decided to break out and trend at that point. And now it's stuck here. But, like, it's stuck so bad that it's hard for me to get a point or so. And for me, usually a trade is not worth it unless I know I can get a point. Because I need to get a point to bankroll out of any losses. But, man, I'll get into trouble all the time. I'll have sessions where I start off down and shit, and I can work out of it. Kind of like this session. This one didn't have any problems. There might be another session where you see me get blasted right on the beginning. See, blasted, and then I can start to dig out of it. And usually, what's interesting is I start to get like, the longer I'm sitting here, the more I'm feeling how my trades are working or not working, the more I start to figure out like how the day is behaving. But that's what made this so difficult for me. And I know this type of session, I've been fucked on it, on this kind of session a lot. That if I'm... See, and I wanted some form of pullback up in here, and I don't know if I was like not paying attention or some shit. I think I might have wanted this to go a little bit deeper right here, and I would have gone for it. I would have not held that move. I would have definitely not held that fucking move, that's for sure. But, you know, I would have punted it for a point. But that shit adds up. And it's not the sexiest way to trade or whatever. It's not how most people are doing it. I know a lot of you guys like to just get in this shit and fucking hold it or what have you. But there's days where that is not working, and on those days I can do pretty good. I can do decently well in almost every session type. But yeah, that's what made it so difficult, was that really tightness. So I guess when people are asking, you know, what system are you trading? What are you doing? It's very discretionary. So what I'm looking for is little patterns that are repeating. Are divergences reliable? Sometimes they are. Sometimes they are. Even channels. Sometimes channels are super reliable for the entire session. Are there any... like, I have a bag of tricks. I have a bag of little patterns, right? And I'm just pulling out of that bag, and I'm trying to see if they're reliable. And if they're reliable, can I fit a couple of them together? Like, at least 2, 3, 4 of them would be better. The more of those I can fit together, the better. Because then the context and the narrative... You have multiple factors of support on that setup. So that's what I'm doing every day, but every day is fucking different. Sometimes it's super slippery, like today. It's like this trap volatility, which is really difficult for me. Now, if this type of volatility continues to pick up, what I'm going to have to end up doing is like widening my stop a lot. Like when VIX 50 came around, I had to make adjustments. So it just depends on the environment. VIX 50, I widened the stop. It was like 10-point wide. And my minimum was 5 points to 2.5. Minimum. So if I'm widening that stop out, I got to go for more. And today it's so finicky. Like the way the volatility is, I could have maybe made adjustments where I'm running a wider stop and picking up more, but I'm not quite there yet. It depends on the volatility. It didn't quite have that volatility. Because if we look at the 3-second, it's not really that volatile. Like, it's fucking stuck. It's like it's grinding these little 2-3 tick deals, but it's just like floating everywhere. This isn't really volatile at all. How hard it's getting stuck. And when you guys saw my average time in a trade, you can see that no matter where I'm fucking hitting, the son of a bitch is going beyond 30, 40 seconds. So that's already creating a lot of difficulty for me. And I'm only down, what, 5 ticks or so. So I could get out of that, take a few trades. I mean, it just depends on the environment. There's certain sessions where I'll have to kind of fight my way out of a trade. Just being very defensive posturing. I'm not aggressive. There's sessions where I can get super aggressive and like really attack. But then this type of flavor, I have to be fucking defensive. And that first trade, honestly, when I saw that it was not really working, I'm like, fuck, I might need to cut this. And I just thought about it a little too long. I can't have hesitation in this environment, which adds to more pressure. Well, it adds to the difficulty. Because there's certain environments where you cannot have any hesitation. There's other environments where I can kind of be a little more sloppy in it. I might be able to get the trade out or what have you. It just depends on the day and the flavor. And if we look at the DOM, a lot of it, like, it was just like, it's just moving on nothing, and then it does not fucking pull back either. That's what also makes it so difficult, is like, if you're in here short, it ain't pulling back to you. Even if you're short here, it's not pulling back all the way. There's a lot of places where you're getting fucking trapped. Like if you're like long up here, look how it just drifts and drifts and drifts for over a minute. For somebody like me, that momentum, primarily momentum scalping, and I need fucking momentum to get a momentum scalp to work. Because if I just get in and it just stops and it's parking, well, that's a problem. And what's crazy is this environment is like, look how sideways it is here. Right? 2-3 ticks spread. Nothing. Like nothing is happening. Look how flat it is up there. Super trappy. But that's the way I do it. That's how it works for me. So I'm going to read your fucking comments and shit. I would have been cooked. Yeah, I've learned, man, you just cut that son of a bitch. The best trades work right away, usually. It depends on the environment. Now, I might push them. Let me look at that one, actually. The first loss, I can't even fucking remember it. I didn't... Actually, I am recording this, but... Let me see that first loss. Went Did it really go in my... No, it went... It only went a tick in my favor. So if I can get in a trade and it's like 0 MAE, which I am tracking with these tags here, I want to know on average how far a trade will go in my favor. Do I have that? Here's the statistic on it. I don't have enough of a sample size, but these are the trades that would have went in my favor 16 ticks or more. These only would have worked out 4. So far, I don't have enough of a sample rate. I got to build those tags out, but I'm, you know, sometimes you get into a trade and it like immediately goes against you and it just gets worse and worse. Well, why can't that work on the winning side? So I'm tracking all my trades where they work immediately because I want to know, is there like something on average I can get? And so far, it's a mix of 4 ticks, 8, and 16 plus plus. But in this environment, I know better not to hold. I don't know how to explain it. I've traded this type of... And it's not going to be like this forever. It might be like this for the rest of the week, but it won't be like this forever. I've been fucked by this so bad where I just hold and it never comes back. There's days where you can just hold for the pullback and not in this shit. Which combine are you doing? I have a... I have a bunch of fucking credits. Who the fuck are they? Earn a trade. I have a bunch of credit there because I had it many years ago and I forgot to cancel it and shit. So I got all this fucking credit there. I had somebody who gave me a fucking earn a trade account one time to trade it. I passed it. We tried to transfer it. They wouldn't allow it. And I ended up opening an account and I forgot about it and I paid for it for like months and months and months. So I got all this fucking credit and shit. So I'm going to probably do that, to be fair. Unless TFD is willing to give me some credit, which they might. Google pulling up on the entire market because the antitrust penalties got dropped. The rest of the market looks pretty mid. Oh, they fucking had something to do with antitrust shit. Should put the minute grid on the chart with almost black colors so you have visual time reference. There is a visual time reference. Do you see how these colors are alternating? Top 10, this is the top of the hour. First and last 20 minutes, bottom, and then you can see it here as well. Traded the breakout pop at the start of the session. Volatility died immediately, so it left it alone. I did get into where is it? Let me pull up the other 30-second chart. Here's the open. I did get into it right as it was ripping here. I think that was my last trade, actually. I haven't done the actual review today yet. 6 and 7 on it. Kind of a 1-to-1 trade, 4 minutes. 53.75s at 9:36. So right up in here. There was actually a lot of narrative to going into that long, actually. So we were in this tight range. They probed it, brought it back in, probed it. I'm like, okay, they may test a high. And then there was an area right here that I had marked out. Where was it? There was like a level right in this section that I had marked out on. Is this the 30-second chart? It is the 30-second chart. It's this right here. Let me go back. Super defensive about it, though. I know it ripped and shit, but I wasn't looking for that. There's a time and place where I will push a trade. Yeah, about 800 contracts came in right on this bar in this location. I watched them come in and pivot off of this. So I'm looking for like higher volume, like these volume spikes. And I noticed like yesterday they would pivot them and the market would keep going. So I was just kind of looking for this classic pullback. I saw that. Didn't get into it right away. Super skittish. Then I saw it compressing up here, 36. So I did wait some time before going at it. I did take another break even at 34. So right up here, I tried long at 34, 52. Probed at it, wasn't running. Probed at it again. I noticed they were kind of spoofing a lot. Like the market just kept floating up on nothing in this section, and that's also like a little sign that it could potentially go. So that's what I ended up doing on that trade. Let's see what you guys are saying here. You think it's gonna things kind of flipped after 32.50. What was interesting is this, when that huge amount of buying came in. Let me erase all this shit. This motherfucker right here. It went like 1,200. But I never got a good fucking pullback. See how it just came out? Like I wanted some form of a fucking pullback. And then it was definitely a measured move with an overshoot. So I measure the body width of it. 33 ticks. So that would be a measured move. They overshot it, and I was telling you guys they're overshooting. But I'm just not confident in today to actually buy up here. Just because, man, this motherfucker mean reverted a lot. I mean, there's just so many moments in today's session where it would just reverse hard. Obviously, right? I mean, look at all these, like it looks like it's trending and then it reverses. Going and then it reverses. You know what I mean? Going, reverses. Same thing on the downside. Going and then it pulls back fucking hard. This move up just happened to be the biggest one. I'm not going to fucking buy this son of a bitch. I also suck at, like, when it comes to trends, once the trend is happening, I fucking suck at them. So you saw that I was waiting. I probed at a short up here. Broke even, which was really good. Because that son of a bitch needs to work immediately. I'm trying to momentum scalp. And then, you know, we eventually got it up there. But I wanted a bankroll too. I don't want to be greedy and over push. I want to take the momentum on the trade to pay for some of the losses. A lot of what I'm also trying to do is like pay for my fucking losses. That for me is very important to like keep a good equity curve, is to constantly pay for my fucking losses. Anytime I get fucking slapped and I get into a winning trade and I'm struggling in the session, it depends on the session. It really does depend on the session. It depends on the trade. It depends on the setup. But if I can immediately pay for a loss, I'm going to do it, which is what happened on this trade here. So this was at 928. So let's take a look at where that was. 920, where was it? Yeah, 928.29. I do really enjoy reviewing. I'm actually pretty excited to do it here later. So, and I'm just sharing my methodology, guys. You know, if you guys trade different or don't agree with it, that's fine. You know, maybe you can learn something. Like, I do envy those of you that can fucking hold shit. I do, but it doesn't fucking work for me. This is what works. This little punty shit, that's what works for me. And it works very well. I'm going to keep fucking doing it. The moment I step out of the moment I come out of my lane, I get fucking hit. Now, there are times where I can pull it off. Give me just a second. I got this wireless fucking mouse, and I think I connected it to something else. Where the battery's all loose and shit in here. Okay, so we got in at 928. I do have the footage of it. 928.29. So it'd be right about here at control. So right in here at the price of 51 evens. I went long right about here. I'll have to review it. It started going and I just started scrambling out of it. Unfortunately, like, it just went straight down. If we were to look at that on a 3-second, I'll show you. Because it doesn't look like shit if you're not looking at such a small time frame. What is it? Control-Alt-3 or some shit? For global crosshairs. Or Control-3, I think it is. Yeah. So it was right here. $9.28, right in this. This is where I was long. 51s. Caught it right about here. 29. Oops, I'm sorry. It's over here. So 51 here. That's where I got in. Exactly right there. And you can see it just like started cruising down, and I was having a hard time just fucking getting out of it. No pullbacks, no pullbacks. See how it's like does this shit all the way down? And I don't remember what I saw. I have to fucking review it. I'll have to review the trade, but I ended up getting long at 51.47s, which worked immediately right here. Right there. And then pulled it at the 51s. Because for me, there's a reclaim here. And it's hitting the top of this pivot. I'm like, okay, this could pull back. I'm fucking bankrolling because I took such a big loss. 50 seconds on the long side. See, that's a 50-second trade that works immediately. The other one was about 1:16. I was trying to get some pullback on it, and it just was getting bad, and I got out of it. I did not expect to get it back. So, I'm on NQ. Yes, never popped. Let's see. Your stop adjust is based on system or field. The way the stop is, it just depends on the system, the setup, and the session. if I'm being ultra aggressive, if I'm fading the trend, I have to pull out right away. What you guys saw on my trade, what was it, trade 2? It was that break even I took. Because I faded into the trend, immediately was not working, immediately get the fuck out. So it depends if it's a good trend that I understand and it's not like this where it's like super tight as it's going up. I might give it more leniency. It just depends on the context, the narrative, the setup, the day. How many factors of support do I have? How good is my narrative? How good is my pulse check? Am I being skittish? Do I need to be skittish? Is the market kind of skittish? If you notice today, the market is sort of skittish in the way it's moving and shit, because it really was moving on not many contracts. Like, it would move on not much. Like, that bid offer was not solid. It was just very spoofy. So if the market's skittish, I'm more likely to be skittish. So yeah, it just depends. It just depends. Usually I want the trade to work out right the fuck away. Now, before the breakout today, where I showed you that first trade before it broke out on the long side, I was willing to give that a little bit of leniency. Just a little bit. Hi, do you mind? And please forgive me because I just started watching you stream. Do you use levels? Kind of now. As of yesterday, I'm looking at something interesting. We'll see how that goes. I don't know. I think every level, I think all levels, I think they either work, they don't work, or they sometimes work. I think in order to get a level to work, you need multiple factors of support. Like I told you guys earlier, you need your bag of tricks. What are my little patterns, and are they reliable today? My little micro patterns. And I want to put as many of those as I can together. And I want to get them to triangulate right in the exact same spot. And if they can do that and a level happens to be there, then it's probably going to work out better. I think levels alone is not good enough. So yeah, I'll look at levels, but that don't mean shit. Like, if I don't have anything else going on for the trade, if I have, like, no read, I don't have, like, is there another little reliable pattern? And none of my patterns were really all that reliable today, which also made it more difficult. Do you have experience with prop firms? I had traded one before. No, I've traded twice. Once early in my career. Early. I think it was Top Step. It didn't work. I was not consistent. No, actually, there's been another time. I tried S&B Capital in 2019 or 2020. And I failed because COVID kicked in right as I started the combine. So I just got blown out, which sucked because I had practiced making the profit goal on sim, and I made it on sim. So I'm like, all right, I'm going to do their sim and try it. COVID kicked in. I couldn't handle it. And then I had a fucking Top Step account really early in my fucking career. I think I blew it. And then somebody gave me an earn a trade account. I passed it. And then we wanted to transfer it because they were paying for it. They didn't want it anymore. So I'm like, fuck it, I'll trade it. So what I would do, like what I'm doing with you guys, I trade it in the morning, and then like in the afternoon, I would trade the Top Step or the earn a trade account, passed it, and then we broke their rules and they wouldn't allow us to have it. So that's my brief stint. Could you tell me if I use levels? I just went over that. Thanks for sharing. Hey, Fat Cat, could you be my friend? I need more trader friends. I mean, yeah, you can just talk to me, dude. I don't know. It's kind of hard to make friends in this business because you guys end up disappearing forever. More paying for the loss trades come from knowing the session. Yeah, so let me tell you how the session starts. Hold on. This guy's asking about levels. 64.30 and 60 were both strong levels. Yeah, it's my own thing. It's my own weird thing that you're not going to find anywhere else on the internet other than here. Like, I do my own little thing. That's definitely not what everybody else is doing. The way I generate levels and all that bullshit. And I don't like super hard levels. I kind of look at it like areas, which I got from Merit. So, like, hitting somewhere exactly at a specific area is not good enough. It can breach it a little bit or some shit, and it could still be valid. But as far as answering the other guy's question goes, paying for the losses, trades come from knowing the session. Okay, so the first thing I do is I sit down, I look at everything. I don't usually go beyond a 30-minute time frame. So I'll sit down, I'll look at a 30-minute. Okay, and then just kind of looking, is it in a range? Is it in a downtrend? One thing that's really interesting is if you look at, see this delta? It almost always retraces its reclaims. So I'm just kind of looking for little imbalances like that. I'm looking for bigger reclaims. So I'm coming in and figuring out where has it gone like straight up. Then I'll go down to the 3-minute. Same thing, I'm trying to investigate it. I'm looking at levels before the open. Is there somewhere that's holding a lot? Is there a lot of reclaim in a certain area? I'm tapping into the bag of tricks. Is there divergences? Is there anything interesting? And I'm trying to put it all together. Then I go down to the 30-second and then the 3-second. And that's where I'm operating most of the time. Then I need to look at the DOM. How is the DOM behaving? Is it thick with reloading? Is it thin? Is it spoofy? Is it two-way spoofy? Are they spoofing one direction? Sometimes they'll just start spoofing it upward. Sometimes they spoof it downward. Sometimes it's two-way spoofing. You could just see with how the DOM is, the orders just, they struggle to push it down. It's like, boom, it goes up. So it's like down, 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 pop. Down, 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 pop. Down, 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 pop. So they're spoofing, and if it's going up on like not many contracts, I want to make sure it's not going up on many contracts. Somebody could be sweeping it. So I want to determine, is somebody sweeping it or is somebody spoofing it? I noticed that if they keep probing spoofing in a specific direction, that can, most oftentimes I can signal you that they're trying to push it that direction. The market makers are. For some reason, they keep pulling the offers and they keep allowing it to go up on not much volume. Apparently, in my opinion, they're trying to achieve an objective. What that is, I don't fucking know. I don't need to know. So what is the overall flavor? Then what I do next is I start taking, I don't take like sim trades, but I'm taking mental trades. So I'm pulse checking. I want to make sure I have a good read on the fucking market. Because what I've noticed is if I immediately start trading, I have a lot of P&Ls where I immediately get into a loss and then I work my way out. immediately get into a loss, work my way out. Let me see if I can maybe show you examples of that. Let me see if I can show you a good example of something like that. So we'll put up this calendar. Let's take the Siri off, make it white. So I've been working on it a lot. So, like, see here, this actually turned into a loss. See, loss, get out. Loss, 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 pull, break even. Kind of get into a losing session, start pulling out. Start losing, start pulling out. Start losing, pull out. Start losing immediately, pulling out. August is not so bad like some other months. Pulling, like, immediately start losing. Actually, no. Yeah, the first 3 trades I lose. Trade 1, lose. Trade 1, lose. Trade 1, 2, lose. Trade 1, lose. Trade 2, I lose. Trade 1, I lose. There's these sessions. Trade 1, I lose. Trade 1, 2, I lose. Trade 2. So what I notice is I'll have these sessions where I'm like immediately getting fucked up if I trade right away. So what I want to do is take like feeler trades. So I'll go pulse check, and I have my traders do it too. Like Miller, he's another prop trader because Chronic blew his account. So Chronic is taking a break for a quarter. Well, he's going to do other shit, but I'm not going to work with him as in depth as this other trader. So Miller's next. Miller's pretty good. He, but then he just gets into these situations where he blows out so bad. So he's starting to feel FOMO, and I keep having him pulse check, and like he's taking mental trades one after another, and they're all losers. Every area he would have got into would have lost like 5 in a row or some shit. So we took a break, came back. He started pulse checking, and then he had about 3 trades, 3 mental, because he's scalping like me. He had 3 scalps that worked. So after those 3 scalps worked, he turned on his account, and then he started actually trading his account. And he did well. So that's what I want to do as soon as I sit down. I want to start taking these mental trades after I try to get a narrative. And if sometimes the trades are working, but it's only like a few ticks. I also want to account for how much are they working on average. Can I get 4 ticks, or is it 2? 2. Is it 1? Is it 2? Can I get 4? Can I get 8? So when I take these mental trades, I'm also trying to figure out how far can I push them. And then turn on the account. Account's already on. Just start trading. So that prevents me from getting into a situation where I start getting fucked right off the beginning. And the thing is, since every day, in my opinion, is different, every flavor, every session has its own nuance to it, I need to figure that out. Does my little bag of tricks work? Do channels work? Do divergences work? Are reclaims working in a specific direction? Are they tight and blowing out? Are they reliable? What is working? I'm trying to figure out what is working. And then I'm sitting there and I want to wait for multiple factors of support. I want to wait for true clarity. So I'm drawing everything. I start taking mental trades. And even if I'm not taking a mental trade, can I call out micro movements? How good am I at calling micro movements? I made a video on this some time ago called My Trading Process. It's like It has a flow chart in it. I made in Obsidian. But can I call out the micro movements? Since I'm on a 3-second, can I be like, oh, they're going to fucking blow this out here? Okay. The more I can do that, the more I am in rhythm with the market, the better I am at pulse checking it. Like I can feel, at this point, I can feel the market. I know how it's behaving right now. And then I start to use this dark magic, I guess you could say, to start to triangulate a fucking trade and get into it. So, I mean, I do encourage you guys to show up on these Wednesdays and just watch how the process works, which I think is going to take an extremely long time to pass the account, but we're just doing it to do it. Let's see. More... Oh, and as far as paying for losses go, which I went on this whole fucking tangent, yes, it really depends on what the loss is. It depends on the session. It depends on the difficulty of the session. Like today's extremely difficult. If I'm like really fighting and everything I touch doesn't seem to like immediately go or I'm not getting much for it, that means the session's really difficult. So I don't want to push certain trades. Like, if I take an 8-tick loss, but I have 5 ticks right now, if I can take that 5 ticks right now, I'll take it because I can pay for that 8-tick loss. Instead of trying to push it. Because a lot of times, especially in ES, if I try to push that 5 ticks, it'll come back, and then the next trade I might have another loser, or the next trade might not be as good. It might only be worth 4 ticks. For me, it's about just picking up fucking change, man. Picking up change, and then paying for my losses, depending on what the losses are. So immediately trying to fix the losses. That way I get these really nice, pretty equity curves that kind of go up. But I don't want to revenge trade into paying for the loss or anything like that. But the $2,700 win I took today, I had a feeling I could maybe push it for more. But I'm like, fuck, at the same time, I took such a big loss. I want to pay for it. So I paid for it. And then now my equity curve, my P&L is where it was before that big loss, which it was up a couple of $100 or so. So if we look at today, let me make sure the commissions are on. We got fucking bugs in Tradecraft, but we're working on the checkmate system, so we'll get to that other shit later. So, yeah, here's today. So I was up 656, got slammed, paid for my loss, and now I'm up 713. So I'm okay. I fixed it. And then I can take the next trade as a brand new, fresh trade and just scalp the best I can, which was a break even. And then we managed to get a 5-tick win. And if the session's really difficult, I'm going to stop about $1,000. So I try to push it to $1,000. If the session's really easy and I'm really in the flow of shit, I'll push it beyond. And also, I review every fucking trade. Once I get in I mean, I don't want to spend an hour doing a fucking looking at fucking 8 trades. I also want to be very meticulous and careful about what I'm fucking scalping because I want to go do other shit. And when I sit here and review for 3 hours because I took 17 trades, that's enough of a punishment to not want to fucking do that again. And I don't know if I showed you guys that. There you go. So there's Again, we were up 656 and then 713. So fix the loss and then just take it from there. Then we're up 13. Make a good living off of just scalping a little bit. I don't need the world. None of that shit. Yeah, basically like a sim trade. So I'm taking, I mean, you could turn on the sim and do it. I don't go that far. So I look at it, though. I look at it realistically, though, because I'm looking at the DOM. I'm like, I'll go like this. I'll start, well, the market's closed. I'll start clearing the market orders, and I'll know if I can get filled on that trade. So I'll look at 60.25, and I'm really focused on it like I'm actually in it. So, yeah, it's basically a sim trade. So it's a good way for me to feel out the market, know if I'm in tune with the market, know if my bag of tricks are even fucking working. Like when I first sat down with you guys, I didn't take any trades for a long time because I'm like trying to figure it out. And then I started calling out, like, if you noticed, if you watch this stream again, there were certain trades I did want to get into, but I just couldn't get in them that were actually working. Like you would have saw me like try to place a trade, but I was really skittish. I wasn't aggressive enough. But there were like a handful of trades. If you watch this stream again, before I took the first one that lost, those would have worked. So at that point, I know I'm in tune with the market. I just happened to fucking get unlucky on that one trade, which happens. Sometimes you just get fucking blasted. It's part of it. Happened to me today in the morning as well. Just sometimes you get fucking blasted. But the worst thing for me to do is just hold a fucking loser. Because I noticed this. When I trade with Chronic, because he's really good at cutting losers. When I would trade with Chronic and I'd be in a big-ass a trade where I'm trying to push it, there'd be times where I'm kind of in drawdown, and I'm waiting forever for it to turn around, and he's just scalping. And I'm looking at all these scalps. I'm like, fuck, dude. If I would have just took the loss on this trade, I would have not only recovered the loss, but I would be up by now. And by the time this trade actually starts to fucking work, I could reposition myself and then write it out with a little bit of padding, which means P&L. So if you go to YouTube and type in, because I'm going to get off of this son of a bitch. And all my fucking, my morning sessions are all recorded. They're on my coffee, which is in the description. Fat Cat Trading. Bankroll. Let me pull that up for you. It's this video here. And then I kind of like draw shit up. Hold on real quick. This is a pretty old video too. 2 years ago. So I started kind of showing like the P&L. So yeah, I just kind of start drawing over shit. And I just start explaining like certain circumstances of how I'm paying for my losses and why I do what I do. I think it's very important to pay for your losses. Personally. It helps. It's just something I do that works for me. But anyways, guys, let's see if you got any more last minute fucking questions or some shit. Congratulations to Sofo for taking that big fucking honker of a fucking long. See, those types of trades make your penis feel real big. Yep. See you guys next time.